Sports Extra, proudly brought to you by Savannah Pharmacy in Countryside Village. WhatsApp your prescription refills to 929 5045.
Sports Extra. On a Tuesday.
Is this the dagger?
Good evening and welcome to Radio Cayman Sports Extra. I'm your host, Dionne Anglin. And of course, a special thank you to our new sponsor, Savannah Pharmacy. Good evening to you and thank you so much for joining us. Tonight on Sports Extra, we have a very wonderful show tonight. Tonight we'll be chatting with the technical director for Cayman Basketball, Coach Vutogaro, who's in the studio with us. Coach, good evening.
Welcome, Dionne.
And
pleasure to be here.
Thank you very much. And I have the honor of saying that Coach Voot is my dad. You know, I never used to say anything before. I just interview him professionally. But I'm like, you know what? I think everyone knows.
You should be proud about that.
And true, I should be very proud about that. And we will be chatting about the current men's basketball finals. Division 1, Division 2. It's, as we know, do or die for Astros and the under-17s. Then we'll also talk about the 2024 women's final, which took an unexpected turn with a new winner this year. And of course, the 3x3 games that are coming up in Mexico next month. Right. So that's going to be huge. In the second segment, however, we'll hear from Mr. Arden Cheeky Rivers. He's the tournament director for the Cayman Islands Under-14 Youth Football Tournament. All right, and that's taking place this weekend. Along with him would be head coach of that Under-14 team, Coach Claudio Garcia. And if you don't know, here's what's happening. The home club of international football icon Lionel Messi is sending some of its top youth players to compete against the Cayman national football side, the Jamaica national boys under 14, and the local side Academy Sports Club. And it's a tournament that will be taking place this weekend here in the Cayman Islands in West Bay at the Ed Bush Sports Stadium. So stay tuned. We'll be chatting about all that and more when we get back.
Father's Day is coming up. Create the perfect gift with a custom gift basket from Savannah Pharmacy. Choose from a variety of items including grooming kits, teas, coffee mugs, wallets, and for his office desk, a unique selection of nautical gifts and stationery. Personalize your Father's Day gift basket and keep the basket too. Visit Savannah Pharmacy in Countryside Shopping Village or call 946-3336 to get all your Father's Day essentials. Prescription refills made easy at Savannah Pharmacy. WhatsApp your prescription refills to 929-5045.
Where your group works can have many sounds, telephones ringing, machines humming, or even waves crashing. But no matter what sounds your group hears when they're working, BAF Insurance has a health insurance plan for your group. You can always count on BAF for affordable, flexible group and individual health insurance plans with professional, friendly customer service. We are BAF. Call us at 949-5089. Your health is our priority.
If you're a parent, you know that providing your child with a quality early childhood education can be expensive. However, the Ministry of Education offers financial assistance through its Early Childhood Assistance Program to help qualifying Caymanian families cover the costs at registered early childhood settings. Visit our online application portal at moeapplications.gov.ky to learn more and get started. This message is brought to you by the Ministry of Education.
Radio Cayman,
The voice,
the heart, the soul of the Cayman Islands.
All right, welcome back to Radio Cayman Sports Extra. And we have Coach Voot in the studio with us. Coach Voot, good evening to you once again.
Good evening, Dionne.
All righty, and we're here to talk about the men and the women's basketball. We'll start with the men first because that's what's currently going on.
Okay.
That's what's currently going on right now. That's in the works. We're into game 2 come Thursday.
Yeah.
Right? So game 1, you were there for game 1.
Yeah.
And it was exciting. It was extremely intense. I loved every moment of it.
Yes.
Watching, go ahead.
The growth of basketball is really, really coming on strong. And people need to come and see what is happening or what has happened and people need to come and see what is happening and have an idea of what has happened before.
Right.
Because at present, the two teams that are playing are evenly matched.
Right. Yeah, so true.
In the beginning, people thought it was a one-sided affair. But no, we have guys on both teams who can really play. And being led by Dionne Cottrell, this kid is amazing.
Yeah.
He carries that team on his shoulder, whereas Soul Blazers, they are a complete unit.
Yes.
So the score is 1-0 in favor of Soul Blazers.
Yes.
So come Thursday night, starting at 6:45 p.m., you're going to see a game of real chance. I'm expecting to see the coaches making some adjustments. One of the things that must be noticed, though, is that IRG Astros has a female coach.
Yes. Which
And
we have
she-
interviewed here as well.
Right, and she is doing extremely well. For the first time in the entire tournament, she lost her first game on Sunday.
Yes.
So I know she'll be making some adjustments. She's knowledgeable, she's young, but she's learning and she's really learning quickly. So game 2 should be a very, very, very exciting game.
You mentioned Dionne Cottrell, and what is it about him that makes this team, makes him so unique, I should say, as a player? I watched him play on Sunday, and he was unstoppable. Even though we know Dionne usually acquires about 30 points and up a game, Soul Blazers did a very good job of limiting him to 16 points only, 16 or 17 points only. That was pretty good defense on Soul Blazers' behalf. But still, he was still able to get to the basket.
Davi is an amazing leader.
Yes.
He leads without much talk.
Yeah.
He leads by action.
By action.
Right? He is relentless.
Yes.
And Davi losing
Honestly
that
speaking,
game,
yes.
just suck it up, and he's going to come all out
Yeah.
come Thursday night. Now, the other guys give him full support, and I'm really pleased to see the other guys stepping up and giving him the support he needs because he was heavily marked
Yes.
on Sunday night, and the other guys stepped up to the plate. However, come Thursday is do or die.
But what I like about the Astros and the Blazers as well, but the Astros especially, they know that their go-to guy is Davi.
Yeah.
So they know they need to get the ball in his hands. But it was a bit difficult for them in game 1.
Also, the opponents know that.
Yes,
So
exactly.
they double him and pressure him.
Yes.
So in this case, somebody else has to step up if Davi is heavily defended. Somebody else has to step up. And I'm expecting other people to step up because adjustment will be made. I'm also, from a coaching perspective, looking at my young coach. Right? I'm looking at my young coach to see what adjustments she will make. Latori knows the game.
Yes.
Coaching is not her forte as yet. She's getting into it, but she's doing a magnificent job, and that must be recognized.
Coach, how do you believe the coaching strategies differed between the Blazers and the Astros this season?
Well, you see, what happened is Coach Sean is aware that he has a dynamic squad, and he knows how to put the pieces together. Right? Latori, on the other hand, is making adjustments as they go along.
As it's her first time, right? Because Coach Sean is
He's a veteran in the business.
Veteran. He's an
veteran in the business.
8-time championship coach.
Right. So Latori, I'm willing to help her verbally to tell her, what needs to be done because I'm very impressed with what she is doing. So come Thursday, you'll be seeing a fantastic game too.
4 players for Astros were in double digits on Sunday night. What key player matchups should we be watching in that Blazers versus Astros game, do you think?
Well, I'll tell you what. It's easier for a matchup with Blazers against Astros. However, it's difficult for Astros to match Blazers. They have so many weapons.
Right.
You can pressure Turek, and then Sammy gets off. You can pressure Sammy. Shad gets off. They have quite a number of players who can really score the ball.
Or Justin as well.
And Justin. So what I think Astros has to do is to play a man-to-man.
Right.
You cannot play a zone. Or if you play in a zone, it has to be an aggressive zone.
Right.
So I think Latori will show different looks at them. First, I'll start with a zone, aggressive zone. A 2-3 zone could be an aggressive zone. Or I'll play a man-to-man switch up because sometimes when you switch your defense, the offense takes a while to catch up with what you're doing. And in that process, you can change the game.
Right.
right? All these are tactics that coaches has to know when to use and how to use. Even getting a technical foul is a tactic.
And you realize, though, that a lot of teams are afraid to play man-to-man.
Yes, they're afraid because basically
Fitness.
people are not as fit as they
Yes.
should be. But in a case like this, if you don't play Blazers a man-to-man, you're doomed.
Yeah.
Because they have so many good shooters, you have to be,
to
according
be
to
in
a friend of mine, you have to smell their bubble gum.
Yeah.
You have to
Be in their face,
You have to
yeah.
be in their face.
Coach, can you share some insights on the impact you think the outcome of this game will have on the league standings?
Well, what I'm expecting to see very soon in Cayman, Dionne, I think the league is being exported
Yes.
via social media.
Right.
So what I'm expecting, people are calling already to come to play in our league, which is great.
Right.
Because people like Spain, France, America, all these teams import people to play for them. And that's how the league has grown. So what I would like to see probably next year, because I already had 2 calls from guys abroad who are following the league on social media and who want to come and play.
I want to play, yes.
So next year I'm expecting about 4 or 5 foreign players here coming to play, which will be great for the league in our league. The thing though is that you have to house these guys and feed them.
Yes.
That's all they're asking for. They just want to play because they love what they're seeing. So this is the beginning of a real healthy basketball league in the future.
Awesome. I
Because
like that.
people are already calling and asking,
Yes.
can I play for a team? Can I come down? How long is the league? Now, that is one of the problems. The league go lengthy. It goes for about 2 to 3 months. So a guy will not be able to come and stay 2 to 3 months, but he can come and play a few games and come back for the finals or
Yes,
semifinals.
because you have to play a regular season game.
You must play in the regular season in order to play in the finals or semifinals.
Yes.
So all that will make it interesting. People will come and go. I am happy to see the day when we have about 5 foreign players coming to be interjected in the teams here. That is a sign of upward mobility.
Awesome. Awesome, Coach. Are there any emerging talents in between these two teams that you've seen?
Oh, yeah. Now, funny enough, people look at the veterans,
Yes.
but Astros have some youths
Yes.
who have good legs and they're fearless, right? Even Soul Blazers, you're seeing young talent coming out. Sean, what I like about the coaches, they're going into the bench. They are going into the bench, and you are seeing new, young, vibrant talent emerging, and that's really great for basketball.
What is your prediction?
I
always like to put the coaches on the spot, and no one likes to answer, but I'm going to put you on the spot, Coach. What is your prediction?
My prediction, this can go to 3 games
Yes.
if the adjustment is made, but it could also end tonight, on Thursday night.
Yes.
So I'm looking, you see, to predict that, I have to know or have an idea what the coaches are thinking.
Right.
Because basketball is strategic. I lost the first game to you. I must know why I lost, and I must know what adjustments need to be made.
You can't come back
So
in the same game.
as somebody who has coached and played the sport, I'm looking to the adjustment that is being made by the coaches. So I cannot tell you, well, X is going to win because I'm not sure what adjustments are going to be made.
All right.
But it will be very interesting.
It will be very interesting. And that's Division 1, but there's also Division 2, where we'll see the National Under-17 boys try to stretch to Game 3 against Jan B Construction, who took Game 1 away.
Well, Jan B Construction, these guys are experienced.
Yes.
They know each other. They play together. But the Under-17 team is a new formation.
Right.
And I must say that I'm very impressed. Now, we are talking about kids who are 15 and 16 years old playing against
men. Yes.
And they lost the first game by about 3 points.
Right.
That shows that they have a good idea of the game. So I'm in support of them coming out again and running. Now, what you have to realize, too, from a coaching perspective, if I have an Under-17 team playing big men who are going to work, I'm going to press you. I'm going to run you.
Yeah.
I'm going to play you man-to-man whole game. Now, to do that, you must train accordingly. I think the Under-17 team, they're in training on a regular basis. So I'm expecting to see.
Did you see that in Game 1?
Dogfight.
The man-to-man?
I was absent for Game 1.
For Game 1, okay.
Yes.
Okay.
But I'm looking to see that in Game 2. Because, you see, what will happen is, if you play a man-to-man, strategically you will realize that the team that is physically better than you will be on par or ahead of you in the first half. But coming to third quarter and the fourth quarter, they're going to win.
Okay.
That is what you're looking for, because you have to let the players know, listen, don't worry about the first half scores. they're still physically okay. But coming to the third and fourth quarter, that's where we're going to smell the bubble gum.
Right. Coach, what developmental goals does the league have for the under-17 players, and how are they being achieved right now?
Okay. Right now we have CBC, which is Caribbean Basketball Confederation.
Nice.
They are putting some tournaments on for under-17, hence the reason they're in training. We also are taking the under-17 team to Tampa at the I think the end of this month
Yes, we're in
to
June.
play in a tournament there where they'll be playing 3 games a day. Now, I've been there before, so I can tell you, you have to be fit to play that. It's 3 games a day over a period of 3 days. At the end of
That's for 17 and under.
right. Yeah. No, this is what they have to participate in to get to the next level.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a very good thing for them. And when CBC comes about now with an under-17 or under-19 tournament, you find that we are sort of prepared and ready for that sort of thing. So I'm looking at this group and I look at the improvement in the kids, right? Because they are training like 3 to 4 times a week. I can see the improvement in the kids. I expect great things. Now, one of the things I was concerned about is like Sami and Shad and all these guys.
Davi and DeAndre.
Right. They're in their 30s now. Mm-hmm. Good. I mean, they are not old as such, but they're getting older.
The bones are getting a little weak.
Yes, and plus their priorities in life are changing.
Right.
So we need to have the new ones, the young ones, come in to fulfill that spot. And when I see what I notice happening with the under-17, I know that our future looks good.
Awesome. What are the strengths and some of the weaknesses that you've observed with Jan B Construction and with the under-17s?
Okay, with Jan B Construction, they're very smart, very knowledgeable, but they're unfit.
Okay.
So if you're coaching against them, you got to run them to the ground. But they are very patient. They're very confident.
Very wise. Very smart decisions.
Very smart decisions.
Good passing, ball movement.
Right.
Yeah.
The under-17, on the other hand, they don't have that experience.
Right.
But what they have that they don't have is good pair legs. So I'm saying you got to frustrate them. You got to be in their face for 40 minutes.
Yeah.
Other than that, it's going to be just another game.
Okay, sounds good. I like it. Let's jump to 3x3. I will ask you the predictions for that game, but I think I know what you're going to say already. So we're just going to jump to 3x3 basketball, which is supposed to be, I think, next month in Mexico. And we have a male team and a female team that's going as well.
No, it's in Mongolia.
The 3x3?
Yeah.
Mongolia?
Yeah, I know it's.
So what's in Mexico?
Americas. You have you have 2 teams, male and female, going. Mm-hmm. This is an Olympic qualifier for the FIBA World Cup, which is set to be held in Mongolia, September the 11th.
Okay, I'm talking about the one in July. There's one in July.
The one in July?
There's one in July. I think that's under 23.
Oh, the under 23 in July?
Yeah, under 23.
No, that is also a FIBA qualifier.
Okay.
It's also a FIBA qualifier. Mm-hmm. And that is giving our young men the opportunity. Just let me give you our rankings. We have rankings now. We are ranked.
Yes, we're ranked now since we started competing.
Our men, since we started competing, which is recent, we are ranked 110. Our women, 91. No, yes. Our under 23 men, 91. Mm-hmm. Under 18 men, 116. The men is ranked 110. Now, there are over 200 countries playing basketball.
Yes, exactly.
And to be ranked 110 after starting recently, that's
in
really
November
good.
last year.
Mm-hmm. Women, 113. Under 23 women, 124. Right? We used to be ranked 130 some months ago, but because of the tournament, and the more we play, the more
our rank will move up. Okay,
so
awesome. What are the expectations for our Cayman male and female teams going to the 3x3 tournament?
I think this is a learning curve. 3-on-3 is a different type of basketball, and we are not experienced in that field. So I consider this a learning curve for Cayman. Now, 3-on-3 is new. It's an Olympic sport now, and Cayman has just gotten into it full-fledged. So going to a tournament of that magnitude, I'm expecting people to learn.
Yeah.
However, we have players who can play.
Right.
So we can cause some problems. However, basically, it's a developmental program for us.
For us.
Yes,
and
because we are new to 3-on-3.
Right. And, it was a huge eye-opener in Puerto Rico, because I was there for that tournament. I covered that tournament, and you saw the fast-paced. It's very different. There's no time to think.
No time to think.
You just have to know each other. The chemistry has got to be there, and the big man has got to be on point.
And that is something the coach has to understand.
Yes.
You must have a rebounder.
Yes.
And you must have 2 good shots.
Yes.
And 2 good ball handlers within 3 people.
Right.
But the key person is the rebounder.
Yes. Yeah.
Right?
Because that's what was working for us in the men's department.
Exactly. So all these adjustments has to be made because this is not 5v5. This is 3v3, a totally different type of basketball.
Screen and roll, baby.
Then you cannot be great in a sport unless you know the intricacies of the rules of the game.
Yeah.
So I implore to the players, don't just go and practice, study the rules because you can use the rules to your advantage. In any sport, it's imperative that you learn the rules because if you know the rules, it makes you a smarter player. Right? And, you find that a lot of times if you look in our basketball, the players are quarreling with the referees. But if you have a seminar, like a referee seminar, the players don't attend. The coaches don't attend. But when the game has started, they start the coach, the referee.
The referee. Mm-hmm.
And the players are making mistakes and they're not telling the players anything. So I think that's a problem that we have to curb. We need to get the referees and the coaches to be on one accord.
Right.
But what happened is sometimes the coaches try to hide their deficiencies.
Right. Yes, I get you.
By blaming
the referees.
The referees.
Right.
But the referees have no one to hide their deficiency. A referee will make a mistake. Let's face it, they will make a mistake. But the players make more mistakes than the referees. Yeah. But players will overlook the mistake that their teammates make and quarrel with the referee when he makes a genuine.
Especially when there's this adrenaline rush.
Right.
When your blood is hot and it's pumping and you're running up and down the court. Sometimes you don't even know you put your hand in the air to... You thought your hands were straight up to block a shot, but it was actually,
Hence the reason we are filming. We are filming every game now.
Yeah.
So you can look back. And coaches can get the tape and look back and see. Because it's so important to know where your mistake lies. And with the filming of the games, coaches can get the film and go through it with their teammates and make the adjustments that is necessary.
You mentioned Olympics, 3x3 being an Olympic sport. What opportunities does 3x3 tournament present for basketball in Cayman?
Okay, I think it's an easier opportunity to go to the Olympics playing 3-on-3. I'll tell you why. 3-on-3, if you have 4 good players, you can make some magic. But 5-on-5, with our population of 80,000 people playing against countries with 80 million and 20 million, and it's difficult to get a break there. For example, in the Caribbean, you have to go to Bahamas, U.S. Virgin Islands. They are number 1. Bahamas, good. You have Jamaica, you have Trinidad. Quite a number of top countries playing there. So we perform well, but it's difficult. But 3-on-3, we can eat somebody's lunch.
Awesome. And the Women's League, what did you think of this year's Women's League? We had quite a few new players, new faces to the league, which brought some huge excitement.
Now, one of the things that I'm seeing happening in the league, we are seeing new faces in the league coming and bringing something to strengthen local basketball. Right? We have Kaya, who has the record now, not only for women, but for Cayman, scoring 66 points in a game. Yeah. Now, that's a huge feat. That's a huge achievement. 66 points.
I'll have you know, Mr. Colin Anglin scored 67. I
no,
mean, that's the record.
No, he scored 64.
67.
64. So he is the
we're
top
male. We're going to argue about that one.
Come on, you're being biased.
I'm not being biased. The score is 67.
You could speak to Mr. Anglin.
But that's amazing, though. Apart from that's when I saw it, I was like, wow, that is amazing.
That tournament should have been a 3-game tournament. It didn't. But again, we see
unfortunate.
We see adjustments to be made.
Yes.
There are adjustments that should be made that wasn't made. For example, I looked at the game, and there was a time that Kaya was not hitting anything good and they weren't getting any rebound, and adjustments were made that gave them the opportunity to win. So again, it's the knobs that you push as a coach can make the difference. But it was an exciting tournament. And women basketball is gaining ground.
I think as a former player myself, even though it was fantastic that the record was broken and she scored 66 points, I was disappointed, if not even upset, that she was allowed to score that much. The defense, to me, didn't go to work on her.
Well,
cannot allow someone to score 66 points on you.
But this is what I'm saying. No, if you have someone that good, that
Yes.
person should be double teamed.
Yes.
That didn't happen. You had an individual defending her, and she according to Colin, he called her LeBron.
Yeah, LeBron. Yeah, she's been called LeBron. She has been, yes.
Because she's an amazing player. Amazing player. And she's relentless.
Yes.
And she reminds me of Davy. She will carry a team
On her back.
back.
Yes.
And these are the kind of people that you want to play against and play
Yes.
with, because you can only play better.
Yes.
And I love what she has brought to the league.
Yeah, most
Because
definitely.
other young girls are saying, I'll be like her. And I'm watching I'm watching a 12-year-old that I have who loves who loves her and is actually trying to play like her.
She wants to play just
She wants
like
to play
Kaya.
and that is what I want to see. Hence the reason I'm expecting in the leagues in the future people wanting to come from abroad to play in our league.
Speaking of women's basketball, what's your quick take on what's happening in the WNBA with Caitlin Clark?
Okay.
That's a
I
broad
think
topic.
She's an awesome player, but I think the media has been a little too much on her. But I like her statement. She said, listen, she got hit. The person gave her, it was a stupid foul.
Very stupid.
Very stupid. But her remarks was, hey, it's a game, it's basketball. And I love that about her. She is there to play. But the kind of pressure she's being put under, even her coach by the media, it makes it difficult. You see what happened? The other players are saying, you just come into the league, you come with $3 million. We have been playing here for 5-10 years. We don't even have 300,000. We're going to show you that you're not as good as that. And
I agree with that. And I also don't like the spin that the fans are making, is that, they owe her because she's brought so many fans. Yes, they're grateful because it is because of her and Angel Reese why we have so many fans in the seat. But it's not, I don't think it's a race thing. I'll give you that. I don't think it's a race thing. Right. And what I think it is more of a competitive thing where you come into my arena, this is my house, I run this.
But we saw people, it happened to other people.
It happened with Michael Jordan. It happened with Stephen Curry.
I'm talking about the WNBA now.
Oh, the WNBA, yes.
What's the name again?
It happened with Asia Wilson when she came in.
Not Asia Wilson, calling
But I'm telling you, it happened with Candace Parker.
They ran her over.
They ran her over. Diana Taurasi, they tried.
Right. They ran her over, right? But they came in with some props, but not as much props as at the Angel Reese.
Do you think there's some sort of jealousy?
By who?
By the ladies in the league.
Yes.
Yes.
Obvious. I mean, imagine a young player coming with $3 million under a belt. I'm playing for 10 years, playing at a high level, and I'm struggling to make 300,000.
Yeah.
So there will be that. But you know what? In the long run, that's good for the upliftment of the
sport.
Basketball. Because if you look at what's happening now, they are getting big crowds.
Yes.
And very soon the referees, when they start to play, the referees are going to find a way to protect them.
Yeah. They've already started, although they are complaining and don't think the referees are protecting Caitlin enough. But, I mean, she's going to get hit. Angel Reese got hit the other day.
Michael Jordan was protected. You couldn't touch Michael Jordan.
Well, yes.
He was the key of the league.
That stressed me out because I was a Lakers fan.
Michael Jordan was protected because if you injure Michael Jordan, you injure the league.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Caitlin Clark has brought that to women's basketball.
So they have to protect her.
They have to protect her.
Yeah.
They will. No, they'll do it in their own way. But she's that good.
Yeah.
No, I think, let me tell you, if she has the Mamba mentality, she's going to overcome this and she's going to destroy that league in a short space of time.
Yeah.
If she doesn't have the Mamba mentality, she may fall at the wayside. But I doubt she will.
I doubt she will.
Yeah. Because the way she speaks, the way she acts, she's competitive.
Yeah.
I love her for that.
And one more. Celtics, Mavericks. What's your pick?
I'm always in the West. I'm a West.
I'm in the West as well.
I'm in the West. I'm a Lakers fan, so I'm in the West.
We're for Luka and Kyrie.
I respect Boston. They're a good franchise, a great franchise, but this is the West. I think Luka and Kyrie, when they started off, people said all kind of negative things about them because they weren't meshing.
Right.
However, they have shown that they have grown.
Yes.
And they are meshing really well at the right time. So I would love this to go that way. But listen, don't overlook Boston.
I'm overlooking them.
Don't overlook
Let's go, Luka. and Joel, shout out to you and your loser team, Celtics. Okay, I'm kidding.
This should be
it's going to be exciting.
Come Thursday night, Everybody's going to be glued around their television.
Mark Cuban's on the line.
It's going to be really exciting.
Alrighty. Thank you so much, Coach, for stopping by. The finals continues. Game 2 is this Thursday, 6:45, Blazers Astros, and at 8:30 for the under-17s national, playing Jan B Construction in Division 2.
And on Sunday, if a Game 3 is necessary.
All right. All of the Ark in Cayman Bay.
Yes, all of the Ark in Cayman.
All right. Let's hear a word from our sponsor, the Savannah Pharmacy by the village, right? The Countryside Village. Yes.
They're my neighbors.
Yeah, they're your neighbors.
The Ministry of Education and the Passport and Corporate Services Office remind all students traveling to and from school overseas to ensure their passports are valid for both travel and entry into their destination country. Passports should be renewed at least 10 weeks before departure, and any necessary student visas must be obtained. For passport services, contact the Passport and Corporate Services Office at 649-7678. For Ministry of Education scholarship inquiries, contact scholarships@gov.ky. This message is brought to you by the Ministry of Education and the Passport and Corporate Services Office.
For the record, with Ort Connor.
Folks, I want to thank you for allowing Radio Cayman and, by extension, For the Record into your home.
Hear from your government and community leaders on issues and events concerning the Cayman Islands and its residents during Radio Cayman's For the Record talk radio program, airing each Monday, Wednesday, and Friday morning from 7:30 to 10.
For the Record.
For the Record.
For the Record
Is brought to you by JN Money, from abroad to yard. Fast, affordable, convenient. For more information, visit jnmoneyonline.com.
Have you completed and returned your business survey forms? The deadline for the annual business surveys is June 14th. The surveys are confidential under the Statistics Act and exempt from the Freedom of Information Act. Your response matters. Do your part. Fill out and return your survey forms to the Economics and Statistics Office. For assistance in completing the forms or for more information, call 244-4676, 244-4600, or visit www.eso.ky. Remember, better data, better decisions, better business.
Water Authority Cayman wishes to inform its Cayman BRAC customers that there will be temporary interruptions to water service from Monday, June 3rd to Friday, June 7th between the hours of 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. or 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. on specified days. Affected streets are Severy Close, Lilies Lane, Valerie Avenue, Lime Lizard Way, and Harold Drive. Customers who will be affected will receive a door hanger notice, which will be delivered the day before service is scheduled to be interrupted. An additional door hanger notice will also be delivered upon restoration of water service. These service interruptions are to facilitate our ongoing leak detection project. The aim is to enhance our system's integrity by identifying and repairing all possible leaks. We advise customers to store enough water for personal use during service interruptions and limit the use of water-intensive appliances. For further information, customers may contact the customer service team in Cayman BRAC by calling 948-1403 or emailing braccs@waterauthority.ky.
Information, entertainment, inspiration.
Covering Grand Cayman, Little Cayman, Cayman BRAC.
Since 1976 till now.
Radio Cayman in the Cayman Islands.
Alrighty, welcome back to Radio Cayman Sports Extra. In the studio with us is the tournament director for the Cayman Islands Under-14 Youth Football Tournament coming up this weekend at the Ed Bush Stadium. We have Mr. Arden Cheeky Rivers, and we have the head coach for the Under-14 boys, Coach Claudio Garcia, who's no stranger to us in the studio. Good evening, gentlemen.
Good evening.
Good evening, Dionne.
Good evening. How are you all?
All is well.
All is well.
Yeah.
Busy, I'm sure, because it's a huge tournament.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah.
And, we are definitely happy and excited to be here to announce the 2024 Cayman Islands Invitational Youth Football Cup. It will be played over the course of 3 days, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and we'll be hosting 4 teams. First of all, we will have the national team of course, Claudio is here, Coach Claudio. Then we also will have the academy on the 14s, and also we'll have the Jamaica Youth 14s coming into town, and the big team will be Inter Miami.
Right.
Yeah, so we're happy and excited to expose our kids and provide opportunities for local boys.
Well, that's the big one. Is Messi coming?
Maybe
I could
maybe
not
that's
ask.
in the works. Maybe that's in the works.
But it's nice to have his club here.
Yeah.
How is he affiliated with that club?
Okay.
Exactly.
Okay, so Messi actually is part of the setup with Inter Miami in the MLS.
Okay.
And this is a part of the preparation of the transition of young players moving into the MLS or the USL. So they have an academy.
Right.
So the best young players in Central Florida will be coming and in the region attending with Inter Miami. So again, we happy and excited to provide these opportunities to extend our hand to Coach Claudio, also the President Alfredo Whitaker. Hence the reason they came on the 14s, and also Jamaica on the 14s will be participating in the CFU tournaments in August.
Okay, awesome. Coach Claudio, you want to chip in?
Well, first of all, let me thank you, and it's good to be back. It's been a while, with all these tournaments that we've been having the last couple of years. So this is an excellent opportunity. We are very honored to have the chance to participate on this tournament, and as a U14 national team, which is the first step to be part and represent the country. It's the first step for them to be exposed to such an international tournament.
Yes.
And we're going to utilize the tournament as a preparation for our CFU in during August in Trinidad. The boys are very excited. We had a full month of May with tryouts where we gave the chance to all the clubs. We have somewhere around 90 boys participating on those tryouts, and now we have somewhere around 30.
Right.
We still are on the process of the training and evaluation and all that, but we already are in cruise speed for the first tournament that we have now the next weekend, and of course for the tournament in August.
And what has the feedback been like, and what does it mean to our local players to compete against a team associated with Lionel Messi? Because he's huge in this country, for football kids at least. Yeah.
Well, from our perspective in terms of the field, the boys are very excited. So they didn't ask if Messi was coming, but they asked if his son was coming. Yeah. Actually, was the most common question. Okay. Oh, is Messi?
How could you not ask if Messi's coming?
Yeah.
I'm the only one that asked.
No,
I wonder if he's coming.
True. We had also that question, but more was if his son was coming.
His son plays there. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So is he?
I'm not sure. Actually, Messi's son play for the youth 12 setup. So they
so he's
14s that's coming over. So let's hope and pray that maybe next year.
Next year or two?
Next year, yes, for sure.
Okay. So what has preparation been like for this? You touched on it just a bit.
Yeah, well, like I said, so during the month of May, we did between 10 or 12 tryout sessions.
Okay.
We had between 90 to 120 kids all over the country. All the clubs participated, was awesome. We had as on this tryout session, so we scouted and filtered already 60 players, so we are on our final process, let's say like this. We still have 30, which we'll think there are the players ready for the moment that we are preparing. It's been great. It's been great. So they are very excited, and of course us as an association are also very excited to participate at such an event.
Awesome. And Mr. Arden, what inspired the West Bay Sports Foundation to organize this football invitational?
Thank you for the question, Dionne. Most definitely it's paramount for the West Bay Sports Foundation to help refresh game and football, and opportunities like this will inspire the next generation of players to reach their full potential. So we have to expose, not limited to our players, but also to our coaches and also to the referees. This competition will pose challenges for the coaches, and they can go back and revisit and analyze how they can better prepare the players for the future tournaments.
Yeah. Awesome. And then how does it aim to inspire our next generation of football players here in the Cayman Islands?
I think that if you revisit the past tournaments, we've had 3 or 4 players that move on from an academy level to the pro setup.
Yes.
One player will be Thomas Dole, that was attached to the Man City Academy. He's actually now at Wolverhampton. And also we have the MVP, past MVP Taylor Richards.
Yes.
He's actually moved on to Queen Park Rangers. So again, this bodes well for our young players, that show that players that actually visited and participated in the Cayman Islands Invitational Youth setup has actually moved on. And being in terms of inspiring, not limited to players, but even coaches. We had two coaches. One of the coaches that came in 2017, the academy director for Man City Academy, Rodolfo Borelli, he actually moved on and he was the assistant coach to Pep Guardiola. So again, a lot of people are not aware of that.
Awesome. And that was my next question, actually. If you could have elaborated on how the tournament's ability to attract high caliber coaches as well.
Yeah.
So he was one of them.
Correct. And again, the tournament is not only poses challenges for local teams and overseas teams, but you got to look at off the field.
Right.
I mean, the coaches and the managers, they love the beaches here. They love the accommodations and the culinary and stuff. So this tournament kind of bodes well as a sports tourism initiative.
Alrighty, and can you share more about the Renard Moxham Trophy and its significance in the Cayman Islands history?
Well, for me personally, Renard Moxham has inspired me and many other former football players, and it's an honor to be a part of, to honor Renard in this way, like a token appreciation.
Right.
Renard is definitely one of the greatest players on and off the field. So to have the trophy in Renard Moxham means a lot for us at West Bay Sports Foundation.
Can you tell me, how does the tournament foster a sense of community and support for youth sports here in Cayman?
Well, for the West Bay Sports Foundation perspective, I think if you look at it from a holistic standpoint, football is always the winner in terms of, if you look at football with touch, the coaches, the players, the parents, the sponsors, and again, I think this event will definitely touch the community.
Okay, and I see here where this year a local coach and player will have the chance to train with Inter Miami's academy. Okay, how do you see this opportunity influencing the coaching strategies and player development within Cayman?
Again, very good question. So basically, every team that visit, especially the visiting team,
yes,
we have some type of discussions and negotiations, and we also want to ensure that our players are exposed to a higher level. So one of the agreements, again, we have placed is that Inter Miami would actually select or identify a young player, and he will go over there for a week, and West Bay Sports Foundation will pay for the full ride.
Okay.
And also we want to have a local coach, go for a week or even 2 weeks for just observation. Obviously, the coach would not partake in drills. He would just more likely be under observation.
Okay.
But the player would be definitely
partaking in drills.
And partake in drills, correct.
And speaking of that, Coach Garcia, can you tell us, what are the expectations of our under-14 team, especially when we're facing against Jamaica and the Miami squad?
Of course. So what we are, let's say, engaged in the tournament with the perspective of development.
Right.
So we wanted to compete and provide an excellent show for all the Cayman, because we know that these specific ages attract a lot of fans, and we want to see the stadium with a lot of people cheering up. So that's the first point, is that make sure that we can provide a good show.
Right.
Also, that our players have fun participating. On the technical part and more on the competition perspective, the expectations are definitely to be a pre-preparation for our tournament in August in Trinidad. That's the idea. We already are training, but the main objective that we had the last month was to evaluate, prepare, select, choose wisely from 120 kids.
Yes.
And I think we're going on the right path on this. I think is a great opportunity. It's very, very good to have this tournament back. I remember that when I arrived here, I had the chance to watch from the outside the teams that were coming. So now I'm part of it. Is like really a pleasure and an honor to be part of it, and leading such a young team full of talent. I can guarantee you the team is very talented, young, but we're going to war, like we say to them. We're going to war.
My nephew was selected for that team. Tyler Beckford.
Yeah. Oh, that's the older one.
That's the older one.
Yeah.
I think it's senior team.
That's the senior team.
Senior.
Correct.
Yeah.
Okay. This is what trip are they going to be going on?
They are participating in the World Cup qualifiers.
The World Cup qualifiers.
Correct.
Okay.
On
So that's what
Saturday.
On Saturday.
On Saturday.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's something totally different from this.
Yeah.
Correct.
Okay. All right. So sounds good. I'm proud of him when he messaged and said he got selected.
Very good. Yeah.
That's very good. That's
amazing
very,
achievement.
very good.
Yeah. Congrats to him also.
Yeah, definitely. And how was Academy Sports Club selected for this group? Why not Future? Why not Scholars? Why Academy? It's just me throwing that out there.
Sure.
There's no bias.
Yeah, exactly. So again, Dionne, at West Bay Sports Foundation, we are inclusive.
Right.
Always trying to touch, like I said, the next generation, or even the clubs. And we thought that Academy Sports Club had they fit well for this age group. Obviously, we could have looked at Future or 3, 4, 5, and a lot of consideration had to look at also that the national setup we're gonna pull the best players. But we just felt that Academy, with a short notice, was a good fit for us.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. And the partnership. You wanted to say something, Coach?
No. Okay. I think that's a good point, because also some of the players that were not able to be, let's say, filter for the U14 national team, they will also have the chance to play for Academy in this part, because we want to have them playing, and is one more opportunity for us to look at them in a competitive environment.
Awesome. So the partnership with Inter Miami is of course a significant milestone with the West Bay Sports Foundation. Can you share how these international connections were fostered and what they mean for the future of the Cayman Islands Football Association?
Again, Dionne, thank you. I think the relationship started with, we had a coach from Austin FC, visited in 2018, Darren Powell. Darren Powell actually went over to Inter Miami, was attached actually with the MLS team, and we had discussions about bringing the under 14s from about 6 months ago, and we just kept, they required certain demands. They wanted additional coaches, additional players, and obviously they wanted high intensity games. And over the period of, let's say, 3 months, then we came to an agreement that they would love to visit the Cayman Islands. But it's just something that, I think the tournament itself speaks for itself.
Yeah.
And the tournament is have its own resume. And we got to continue to build on top of the Cayman Under 14 Youth Football Cup, with partnership with the Minister of Sports and the Minister of Tourism, and also the President of CIFA, Mr. Alfredo. So it's a collaboration effort to drive in this of hosting the Inter Miami Youth 14s.
Alrighty. Thank you so much for listening. We're going to take a short break. We're speaking with the tournament director, Arden Cheeky Rivers. Everyone knows you as Cheeky.
Yeah.
And we have the head coach for the National Under 14 team, Claudio Garcia, in the studio. So we'll be right back. We're going to take a short break. Hear a word from our sponsor, which is Savannah Pharmacy by Countryside Village. Stay tuned.
Thank you.
a caring and community spirit, cherished family and cultural values. These are some of the things that still embodies the Caymanian way of life in the Eastern Districts today. Savannah Pharmacy, your neighborhood pharmacy, located in Countryside Shopping Village, is delighted to offer products and services of real value. Whether it's catering to your family's medical needs or carrying apparel, gifts, and beauty products, Savannah Pharmacy provides you with more than just prescriptions. Remember, they're always just around the corner with everything your family needs and convenient opening hours, including Sundays and holidays. Savannah Pharmacy. For more information, call 946-3336.
Prescription refills made easy at Savannah Pharmacy. WhatsApp your prescription refills to 929-5045.
Find your dream car with a Cayman National Vehicle Loan. Enjoy 100% financing, up to 8-year repayment, and a 7% fixed interest rate for the first 5 years. For eco-friendly cars, we'll waive your commitment fee. This only applies to new vehicles. Call 949-8300 or email lending@caymannational.com today.
The Spring Labor Force Survey and Quality of Life Survey conducted by the Economics and Statistics Office is currently underway. The Labor Force Survey seeks to collect data on employed and unemployed persons in the Cayman Islands, as well as those who are not in the labor force. The Quality of Life Survey seeks to gather information on life satisfaction, sense of well-being, financial security, economic outlook, and perceived health. Trained interviewers with ESO ID cards will visit randomly selected households. The interviews are confidential in accordance with the Statistics Act. No individual data will be published or disclosed. Survey data are exempt from Freedom of Information requests. For more details, please call the ESO hotline at 516-3329.
Radio station. Radio Cayman is the voice of the Cayman Islands.
All right, welcome back. Welcome back to Radio Cayman Sports Extra. Arden Cheeky Rivers and Coach Claudio Garcia in the studio with us. And we're talking about the preparation for the National Under-14 team as they take on 3 top teams this weekend for the Under-14 Invitational. And we were talking off air about CIFA having a national academy, which is huge. Tell us a little bit more about that.
Yeah, well, that's a great point. Thank you for bringing it up. So, National Academy is a project that we've been preparing for a while. Is a project where we're going to have spread it all over the island. So we'll bring the coaches that are part of the national programs to West Bay, to the Eastern District, to Town, where we're going to call players between 10 and 12, and they will be trained, evaluated, profiled, so that they can start getting the first requirements and the first behavior as a national team player. Is a pre-preparation to be a national player.
Right.
And I think it's something very important because it will, on a long-term project, it will capacitate the players to be more used to be a national player, to understand what is national player, what requires, what is the expectations. So it's something that we are preparing that will start very soon, and I think it will be a big development on the quality of our players. This will be, of course, boys and girls.
Is it live-in yet?
It's almost ready.
Okay.
We're just waiting on the date so that we can make it everything goes well, but I think it will come out soon. We will to spread the news within the clubs, but it's something that it will be very interesting and important on the development of
awesome. Living in is huge.
Yes,
because that's something that we need to build that camaraderie. That's what other countries have over us, right? Their athletes are living in, eating, sleeping, waking up, practice together.
Correct. Dormitories.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that is a long term is a dream that we want achieve. So this is the first step to reach that point. So
yes.
I believe that it's something that is
it's possible.
Yeah. there's also the social part of it.
Right.
Because at some point, people don't realize how important it is to train and be involved with these kids, boys or girls, during every day. So before we creating a player, we are creating individuals.
Yes.
And our first objective and priority, as long as we part of the program, is to create a good individual, because we never know if you're going to be a good player or not.
Okay.
That's not a priority now. A priority is to create a good individual, to be a good person on the society, in the long term, be someone that we can be proud of it.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Coach, for sharing that. And we're going to move on to you, Cheeky.
Yeah.
I can call you that, right? Okay, so let's hear a little bit about the schedule. The guys will be playing. It starts on Friday, then Saturday and Sunday. Let us know a little bit about the schedule.
So, Dionne, the tournament would take place over 3 days, over the course of 3 days, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. 2 venues at 8 Bush and Truman Bodden, and it's 4 teams. So, again, it's Inter Miami on the 14th, it's Jamaica on the 14th, Cayman on the 14th, and Academy on the 14th. Up on Friday at 6:30 at the 8 Bush Field will be Cayman against Academy at 6:30. At 8 p.m. it will be Inter Miami against Jamaica. On Saturday the 8th, it will be, we start in the morning due to the senior team will have a game at Truman Bodden at 4,
Right.
I think 3:30 or 4.
3:30.
Yep. So in the morning on Saturday, we start at 10 a.m. It will be Academy against Inter Miami. At 11:30, it would be Cayman against Jamaica at the 8 Bush Sports Complex. So we will close out 8 Bush Sports Complex on Saturday, and we will move on Sunday the 9th. And then on 6 p.m., we will have Jamaica at 6 versus Academy Sports Club. And at 7:30, obviously, we will close out the tournament with Cayman National Team and Inter Miami.
Awesome. But and I know everyone. I like the fact that the national under 14 team is playing Inter Miami last.
Yeah, thank you.
you get a feel for what they look like in what, 3 games before?
Yeah.
2 games? Yeah, 2 games before. And of course, this tournament would not be what it is without sponsors.
Thank you, Dionne. It truly wouldn't be possible without the sponsorship. I would just like to mention a few. The Minister of Tourism and Ports, the Honorable Kenneth Bryan, CIFA, President Alfredo Whitaker, the Minister of Youth, Sports and Culture, the Honorable Isaac Rankin, DART, Moxham Group Ltd, the Ruddy Holdings Ltd, Subway, Foster's, Island Cleaners, Crichton Properties, Gatorade, Progressive Distributors, 345 Everything, and also Ink Publishing. So again, we happy and excited to host this tournament, and just the synergies with the sponsors that we're very happy about.
Tell the people of the Cayman Islands, before you go, why they should come out to this event this weekend.
Well, most definitely, I think that over the weekend, the course of 3 days, you're going to see some of the next generation talent, and they're going to bowl well for our local boys. You're going to see some of the best young talent that Cayman have on display.
You're correct. So that is the major thing for this weekend, to support our young boys that will be at some point great individuals within our society.
Awesome. Thank you, gentlemen, so much for coming on here and sharing that information with us. This is amazing. I know it's an annual event, so we're looking forward to even better teams come next year. I know it's going to grow. So thank you again for that, and of course for the help of the sponsors. You couldn't do it without them. So we appreciate that, and appreciate Coach Voot for stopping by and sharing all the information about what's happening with local basketball here in the Cayman Islands. That's it for tonight's edition of Sports Extra. As you know, Sports Extra is about giving you the latest information on all sporting activities here in the Cayman Islands. If you would like to be a part of our show, please feel free to email me at sportsextracayman@gmail.com. Also, you can check out our Radio Cayman Sports Extra social media pages to keep up to date with all sporting activities here on island, and also log on to Radio Cayman's YouTube channel for tonight's edition of Sports Extra. A special thank you not only to tonight's guest, but to our new sponsor on board with us for local sports and Sports Extra. That's Savannah Pharmacy in Countryside Village. Thank you so much for joining us. WhatsApp your prescription pills to 929-5045. I'm Dionne Anglin. Thank you so much for stopping by, gentlemen. Thank you all so much for joining us.
And thank you for having us.
Thank you.
No problem anytime. Good night and God bless.
Good night.
Likewise.
Sports Extra, proudly brought to you by Savannah Pharmacy in Countryside Village. WhatsApp your prescription refills to 929-5045. If they are talking about us,
living in your head rent-free all this time,
we must be relevant. Radio Cayman since 1976.